Now, you have not made one mention of cost. You haven't talked about bills or the convoluted, way that healthcare gets paid for. Any insight into any of that?
It's extremely difficult to navigate. It is so hard. It's phone calls after phone calls after phone calls. First of all, you don't know who to talk to. Number one, they have hotlines that in all hospitals, they have hotlines that you can call, but they're not the right ones, and you'll get referred somewhere else, and it's a spinning wheel. And hopefully you get someone who's tremendous. That's the difference maker. When you find that one person who's willing to say, I'm going to help you here, but I can also help you in these other two things, and that way you don't have to move around, call around.
Right.
And the reason why that's important is when they're looking at your billing for one hospital versus the kind of service that you've done versus what you're covered for, they all have to sync somehow. And oftentimes they'll say, well, I can take care of this one thing, but you need to call your provider and get this information from there and then call me back. And then you're never going to be able to get that person back. Right. So you're just in a spin cycle. So, that was a little frustrating, but somewhere along the way we got lucky and we found the right person who can help us out throughout the entire billing journey, and was able to just close out a lot of things. But yeah, the cost is insane. It's everyone knows that. It's amazing how much that cup of Jello costs.
Yeah, the proverbial $12 Tylenol tablet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything else stand out in your experience that you want to share?
I think the people in the healthcare industry are probably the most amazing people. They bar none. I mean, their dedication is, and I'm not just saying that because I just recently went through it. I've known this, but really in practice, in execution, it's just amazing. At least they give the face for it, right?
Well, that's important.
And it's extremely. I've never felt one time that this person hates being here. I never felt that at all. They love what they're doing. And that is that made all the difference for me. That helped me get through a lot. But as a patient, seeing myself in that situation, seeing others in other rooms in that situation, I can see how tiring it can be.
Yeah.
Same thing over and over again. But I get it. But their dedication, incredible. So
that's great. And I'm so sorry you had that experience.
Yeah.
It's never good to be a patient, and when you're otherwise healthy and you go through life sort of in a charmed way, when you have these moments, sometimes it can just be soul crushing. But yeah. I'm really impressed on your attitude through this whole thing and your almost journalistic approach to sort of documenting the whole process from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing your experience with us.